Welcome everybody! I have started this series which is called Open Stable Day, where different equine facilitated coaches and therapists will open their own stable to us. They will show their horses and share a little bit what they're doing, why they're doing it, and there's Shaki.
Hi.
And you were describing so beautifully how the wisdom of horses changed your life. What happened back then?
In the summer of 2005, I had a beautiful experience with a horse named Diva who helped me discover that I was being led to a new calling. And once I discovered that, the universe aligned everything. And within a week, I had 2 new jobs in a new town. One of which was working with horses, and another one was being a hospice chaplain. So anyway, it was a totally different world than I ever imagined, and all because I listened to the wisdom of a horse and let her mirror to me and help me uncover my own personal truth.
That's so amazing. Thank you. And for people like me who are not native English speakers, what does a hospice chaplain do?
Oh, so we work with people who are at the end of life, and so facing death. And hospice here in the United States, and I know it's in other parts of the world too, really is a holistic approach to healthcare at the end of life. So really walking with people who are dying and helping them on their journey and thinking about what's important to them at this point in their life and what they want to say to their family members and what their life was about before they die.
So that's really an interesting calling, I believe. And I guess they're also like reflecting on their lives and looking back, what went well, what could I've done differently, or did I really chase my dreams, or kind of a lot of wisdom suddenly comes up, and they still want to share in the little time they have with the world, some of what other people could, do differently, I guess.
That's right. And it's not that dissimilar from what I do with people with the horses. So it's actually quite similar. It's just people aren't at the end of life, but how do we look within? How do we think about what's happening in our lives and make meaning of it and move forward, whatever that is? So
yeah, right. I mean, a lot of times we assume we still have so much time left, but in theory it could all be over. I mean, in a split second, and this could be the last day we have on earth. And if we forget about that and take life for granted, right, then we kind of sometimes make the wrong choices. And then I mean, for me, I definitely decided that I don't want to be in the corporate world anymore, and I don't want to work there anymore. I want to work with horses outside in nature with people, helping them, because it could be over next month or next week, and maybe just help people and kind of like leave a kind of a legacy or something, that people have making a contribution to other people and to the world.
What I've experienced with you and with others, because I've done some Facebook Lives, is that the wisdom of the horse can go through the cyber waves, however that works. So I've been pleasantly surprised and heartwarmed about how the work can translate online. So it's a little bit different. And see, Sweetie's coming. She just walked up. She knew we were talking about her. So this is Sweetie.
Hi, Sweet.
She's a 19-year-old quarter horse mare. She and I've been together since 2014, and she is a master at this work. So they know. Oh, and here comes Bonnie. See, I mean, that's how the wisdom of the horses work. I mean, they know that we were talking about them, and they're like, okay, we're on now. So that's how it works. I mean, they can hear and sense the energy whether people are right here in person or not, and that has been such a joy to watch and participate in.
They hear like my voice, and this is how it works a little bit with the clients as well. They can hear like the energy. They can feel everything around you as a coach. They can smell you, touch you, and they can use all your senses when it comes to you. But when you facilitate a coaching session, it's all about the client, right? And can you tell a little bit more how a coaching session like by video call, how you coach me or how you normally coach people?
Yeah, I did it very similar to how I would do it in person. So the body of work that I have learned is very body centered, and because that's how the horses are. They pay attention to their body, to sensations, what's happening within them. And so really I start every session with a body scan so that people can be aware of what's happening inside this vessel of ours, and that it is speaking all the time. And then I lead them through this beautiful little process, and then we then they meet the herd. I put the camera on the horses like this, and people spend time with one horse at a time for a few minutes, and I invite them to kind of sense what's happening for them. What do they notice in their body? What emotions might be coming up? What they're curious about, and they meet each one individually for a few moments, and then they and the horse choose who's working with them that day. And with your session, it ended up being this one, Bonnie, who you were going to work with, but you ended up working with all three, which was super fun. But there are different things I can do with people, but typically it would be each session is about 2 hours, sometimes a little longer. And it involves, the body work and then some coaching, really trying to help people access the wisdom of themselves in the presence of a horse, who can help people just be so super present. That's one of the gifts of the horse, is they make us be present.
And they have like an open stable. They can walk in and out whenever they want, right? And then you have a paddock over there, and then you have like, I don't know how many acres of land, beautiful mountain land, or...
Yep, so my little barn is right behind us, so it's more like a little shed. Sweetie's in there now. And so, yeah, they can walk in and get protection from the weather, the wind, the snow, whatever. And then we have, let me see, let me turn the camera. They have this pretty big paddock area. There's the water, the back of, oh, that's Bonnie. I'm going to go slow. There's Clyde. So it's a pretty big area that they have. I often sit on my mounting block because I don't really ride, but I often will just kind of sit in here on that with them. So this is their paddock. And then they have 5.5 acres of our land that they can be on. So I've let them out.
It's so beautiful. It looks like it's taken out of a movie, like from The Horse Whisperer or something. You seem to be living the dream over there. Do you have an idea? I don't know how many clients you have already had there over the years, because you have been doing this for some time. I don't know if you counted them or...
I have to count them for my insurance, but I don't know. Probably, between here and all the places that I've coached and helped with other programs, probably 200 to 300 different people, maybe more. I don't know.
Is there a certain type of client that you are like that who comes to you? Like, are you coaching, like, is there a certain type of age, or is there something that the people have in common?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Really, my clients that I've worked with over the years are really range. I've had a couple of kids that I've worked with who came because they were having some behavioral issues or something going on in their family, and their parents really wanted to see if the horse could help. And I got to tell you, yes, the horses can help kids. I wouldn't say that's my specialty, but my horses know how to do it and do it really well. and I just kind of follow them in that process. So I've worked with kids, I've worked with adults. I'd say that probably for individual clients, the people that typically come my way are people who are in transition in their life or looking for their purpose or are really struggling with what they're supposed to be doing and not liking what's happening in their world right now, and really wanting to do some work on that. So I would say that's kind of for individual people who tend to come here.
Thank you so much for opening your stable to us today. I think that was amazing, and for talking to us about your work.
Yeah, I'm really grateful. Thank you for doing this. Thanks for having us. Thanks for being curious and all your wonderful questions. And yeah, really, I encourage people to check it out. Working with the horses really can open up so many possibilities and help you discover new things about yourself and help you with healing. So check it out, whether with me or Hildberg. And
everybody who was watching the replay, please put any questions there. We can also answer them in the chat, or we can answer them next time we meet. This will not be the last time you've seen the two of us, because we make a great pair. And have a good day, everyone.
Yes, we do.
Thank you so much for watching.